Okay, this video is called Who is the Funniest Female Comedian of the Active Female Comedians. About a year ago, I did a video about who were the funniest comedians, and I thought at that time John Zerko was the funniest male comedian, and Pearl Davis was the funniest female comedian. Okay, and it's interesting that usually usually female comedians are not that good. Okay, I mean, there haven't been that many female comedians I think were worth watching. I liked Roseanne Barr many years ago. Pearl Davis is funny, and a lot of times when a woman's funny is because she's like a man. They think like a man or they talk like a man, but Pearl Davis is real funny. She does a good job with her show. She's clever and funny. So anyways, there's a new one. There's a better one though. So here's the better one that has come along. Her name is Leonarda Joni. Yeah, she's a little bit obnoxious. She's not politically correct. Good. Political correctness is communism. Just to understand that. Political correctness is a form of gaslighting that was specifically designed by brilliant psychologists to destroy Western civilization. Okay, it's evil. You should be against political correctness. You should speak out against it all the time. So does she go overboard? Yeah, sometimes. That's part of being a comedian. Back in the 1980s, people could joke, and we should be like we were in the 1980s. You could joke. You don't have to agree with them, but if you don't think they're funny, don't watch them, okay? But they should be allowed to speak. Anyways, she's very funny, very clever. I'll link to one of her videos, and I also think Western civilization needs to speak up for itself. It's the greatest civilization ever in the history of the world, and it's being destroyed, and it should speak up for itself and says, yeah, look at all the great things we've done. We deserve to exist. We should not be destroyed. And because if you don't stand up for it, it is being destroyed. We should put real art back into our museums. We should teach in our schools about Christianity. We should teach about Western civilization. We should teach the ancient Greeks, the ancient Romans, the Italian Renaissance, at the very least, the Victorian Renaissance and the Catholic Revival. These things should be taught in the public schools. If you don't know important historical points, then you can't preserve a civilization. Religion means religare, from the Latin, legare, to ligate, to tie together a people. And if you don't do that, then everything breaks apart, and then you end up in tribalism, factionalism, and then martial law has to be imposed from above, okay? And that's what the rulers want, the super rich. They want all this trouble to happen because then they can just come in and impose martial law, okay? And they want to get rid of especially the Caucasian Christians. They see the Caucasian Christian men as the only real obstacle to bringing back slavery, okay? They think everybody else is weak and stupid. There's just not enough of them. Therefore, they can control them very easily. So anyways, I hope Western civilization will continue, and watch this lady. She's kind of obnoxious, she's kind of rude, but she's also very smart, very clever, very funny. I'll have a link to one of her videos. And there's nothing that can replace Christianity. Do not kid yourself. What are you going to replace Christianity with? Drag Queen Story Hour? It's a joke. There is nothing to replace it with. Atheistic Darwinism, read about the Soviet Union in 1918, okay, what the Soviets did. They killed 65 million Christians, they burnt down 48,000 churches and destroyed the whole country and made it severely poor, okay? Anyways, I'll have a link to one of her videos. You could watch some of her videos. And yeah, she's a little bit obnoxious, but she's very funny. Comedians should be able to say funny stuff. Back in the 1980s, we had the best comedians. We had Eddie Murphy, Delirious and Raw. We had Rodney Dangerfield, Sam Kinison, all of them. It was the funniest decade ever. Anyways, I hope you enjoy some of her stuff, and you'll see she's not like the other wimpy ones or stupid ones. She's funny.